the way you do sales, and specifically the way you reach out to new prospective clients, is part of building a strategic narrative. You're going to probably wonder why I thought building a strategic narrative is about writing a beautiful story about why your company matters and why it's so great. And now you're saying that this is also part of doing sales and how you contact people. Yes, it's actually very connected. I am working currently with several clients who ask me to help them reach out in a different way. And we do this by aligning their sales practice to their narrative. In fact, not only at the messaging level, but also at the behavior level. So let me explain. The content of your emails obviously should connect and should align and should have the part of your strategic narrative, part of the reason why your company does what it does, why you specialize in such and such field. So that's for the content piece, that's for the messaging part. But most importantly, the way you reach out to prospective client tells something, gives a hint, tells people about your narrative. It informs them, it signals the narrative about your business. And one of the common mistakes that we do in that situation is that we fall into the trap of endorsing the narrative of a vendor, of a desperate vendor, somebody looking for work. And we don't want to sound like that. Nobody wants to sound like that. Nobody wants to sound like a vendor seeking desperately new clients at all costs. Just anybody will do, right? We don't want to sound like that, but we feel awkward sounding like that or behaving like that. But however, we don't know how to do this differently. So the way you change this and the way you build your narrative in a more strategic way as you reach out to client is to do it in a way that signals that you are a professional, that you are an expert at what you do, and that you are here to signal your presence, your existence, but you're not trying to desperately fill up your pipeline, right? So that's a very important example of, and very tactical example, a crucial example, important, crucial, tactical example of what building a strategic narrative looks like. It's not just in what you say, it's also, and most importantly, what you do. In fact, I believe that if you ask me what percentage between what you say and what you do, I'd say probably, my guess is maybe 20% what you say and 80% what you do, right? Your words and your stories are alive because you model them. You walk your talk. If you don't do that, all the messaging and the stories, everything you write, everything you communicate, all your assets, whether it's written or visual or video, or all the strategies that you have imagined are dead. Everything is dead. And that's why you've probably heard me say, and I explained this in my book, Strategic Narrative. That's why I say that business storytelling 1.0, which means the older version of, the kind of the antiquated version of doing business storytelling, which was just about writing stuff, is dead. That practice is dead. Using storytelling to build a narrative and just really focus and acting on it, that is what works, because it brings life to your practice. So again, back to my example of how you build, how you shape your business narrative through the ways you reach out to your prospective client, right? This is an essential practice here. So we don't want to see you coming across as pushy. We don't want to see you coming across as somebody who has no idea why they're contacting this person. So at least do a little bit of research. I get so many emails these days from from people who want to sell me their services and who don't even have a milligram of a guess about what is it that I'm doing or what I even stand for. You know, I'm a consulting company and they're trying to sell me logistic services, like to ship a bunch of stuff, but which I rarely ship. I barely ship anything. So that's an example. So we don't want you to endorse that narrative. What I would rather see you do is breathe life in the narrative of an expert. An expert is typically curious. An expert cares about the world around them and will do a little bit of research before they reach out to people and just say, hey, I exist, and if you happen to need my help, just know that I am here. Another piece of that narrative, expert versus vendor, is detachment, right? Detachment. So you will not say in an email, hey, by the way, I'm very detached, right? You can't say that. I mean, would you say that? My name is XYZ, I do this, you know, I focus on financial services, and this is, you know, it has helped my client grow their wealth and save more, and you know, we help with commercial real estate, whatever. And we're going to be very detached in that sale, in that sales process. What does it even mean? You will never say that, but you're going to behave like that, right? Detachment is a behavior, is a mindset. So what are you going to do? We're going to say, you're going to send an email, and you're going to be reaching out to people with the mindset that if they answer, great. If they don't, well, no problem. Just move around. I heard this metaphor, this analogy, not very long ago, and I can't remember from who it was, but I thought it was great. Professionals, experts, don't walk around with a sandwich sign, you know, a sign in front and behind their back saying, great consulting services here. They don't do that. They don't do that. They practice what they do, and they document and they share with others the great value that they bring through their practice. That's all they do. And sometimes they'll do a talk at a conference, they'll go meet people and just talk about their work and why they're passionate and why they believe that their work fuels their calling, why they're on a mission to do the work that they do, to inspire others to join them, maybe collaborate with them or become clients, and why the world is becoming better as a result of what they do. So again, I hope this helps you understand what it truly means to build a healthy, strong, authentic strategic narrative. It's not just through what you say, but it's also, and most importantly, 80% of it is through how you behave, what you do in every place where you show up, included the sales process and the practice of reaching out to prospective clients, but not just in the email or just the email line of content. It's how you send those emails, the intent, and all the process behind it. I hope this helps bring clarity, and I hope this tip helps you turn your business into a profitable, successful business organization that you also love, an inspiring one that you also love. Thank you so much.